It's a rare condition this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. And love and tradition of the grand design, some people say, is even harder to find. Well, then there must be some magic clue inside these gentle walls.
What up? It's your girl Lee from the D.
And it's Chrissy with a C. And this is the Think Twice Podcast.
Season 2.
Pew, 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 pew. So how you been? It's a whole new year.
It is a whole new year. Our last episode was in December. Girl, I done had bronchitis.
Bronchitis? I got bronchitis.
I'm okay with an inhaler. I done had a birthday. That was cool.
Shout out. Okay, you're 27. We in the books.
Sheesh, we're here. We are here.
Yes.
And we got our first feature in the article.
Period, Blavity. Yes.
And yeah, I've been, chilling, just relaxing. How have you been?
Your girl been working. I have my third runway show coming up next month. So that is the Sneaker Ball, Motor City Sneaker Ball. So that should be nice. And then somebody's birthday is coming March 3rd.
Yes.
Your girl will also be entering the 27 Club. Oh Lord, who we inching close? We close to it. It's right there on our backs.
To the 30-30.
And you tried to put us there, and you know what? We inching there. We is.
No, we in denial no more.
I'm not in denial. I just don't want it to happen.
I was just 18 yesterday.
Listen, I was just turning 21. We was just living in the dorms. Like, well, I wasn't in the dorms at 21, but still.
I probably was.
Yeah. It's happening,
It is.
Yes.
Okay, so going into the next segment, how do you feel about Butterfingers?
Like the candy?
Yeah.
They straight. They definitely not my number one chocolate bar. Snickers is. What about you?
I don't like them. They get stuck in my teeth.
I feel that. I don't like things that get stuck in my teeth either.
Nah, they just like chocolate covered Chico bars.
Yes, and honestly, I want to save my how do you feel about until we get deeper into our topic.
Okay.
It's going to be a great one.
Okay.
Y'all wait and see.
Let's do it.
All right, so our next segment is Into the Thick of It.
Hey.
Into the Thick of It.
Hey.
Into the Thick of It. All right, a lot of stuff been happening, y'all, and I know y'all have seen it. So first we got our boy Nick Cannon, Nicholas Bartholomew Cannon. How you feel about this man?
We talked about him literally the last show we did.
Yeah, my man's going wild. He going crazy. He baby daddy of the year. He's showing up at all the gender reveals and baby showers in all white.
And after the last time we talked, he lost the son, but now he having another baby.
Yeah.
Baby's on the way. And it's at this point, you had a breeding kink. You just like to breed.
I thought the same thing.
You on your Handmaid's Tale shit. And I don't like that.
I don't like that either.
You just going around laying seeds all over the country. You're not taking responsibility for these kids. Just because you have fiscal responsibility in a child's life doesn't mean that's helping them grow developmentally. So,
when you said that planting seeds, have you ever seen what the fuck is that with Star-Lord? Guardians of the Galaxy.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so I think on part 2 he actually found his daddy, right? And his daddy really only got his mama pregnant while he was planting all of these seeds.
Yeah.
Remember?
I do remember that.
Why Nick kind of reminded me of Star-Lord daddy.
Yeah. Legit.
Legit. I forgot that man's name, but he is Star-Lord's daddy.
And the thing about it with it is them type of people be like, oh, this is my legacy, or I'm building a legacy. I'm starting to really hate when people say that shit, because it's at the end of the day, that's not your legacy.
Yeah.
Your legacy is what you leave behind. At the end of the day, your legacy is not stuff.
Wild out.
No, not even wild. Drumline. Motherfucking wilding out.
Yeah.
And the one he did with Christina Milian, that's still what I see Nick Cannon as.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh, he a clown ass clown now, like doing all of this now.
Mm-hmm.
But them kids is not your legacy. And I feel like it's lazy when people push their legacy off to their kids. Like, honestly, if you think about somebody that's successful, you don't know who their parents are. Yeah. Why? Because it's not their parents' legacy, it's their legacy.
Oh, that's a good one.
Like, what's Denzel Washington mama name? What's Oprah Winfrey mama name?
No idea.
The only people we really know is like Beyonce's mama. Mm-hmm. And that's because she made a career off her daughter's career as well. Mm-hmm. And she did some other stuff, but she makes herself relevant. What's Dr. Martin Luther King mama name?
Well, I was about to say Coretta. No. That's his wife.
Like,
don't nobody know.
Don't nobody know because that's not your legacy.
Yeah.
That's your child's legacy and the name they built. Mm. So I think when people do that, it's very lazy of them, like, because you're giving up on your life in this lifetime. Mm-hmm. And that's just weird. Like, you just out here breeding kids. Like,
yeah, I definitely thought it had to be some type of breeding or pregnancy kink. I didn't really think that it had anything to do with lupus or him saying like, I don't know how long I'm gonna be here, so I'm gonna populate the earth. You feel me?
So you don't even know how long you're gonna be here, and you having all these kids you're not gonna be here to take care of?
Thank you. Okay, that's the point. That's the bottom line. Aside from the actual physical, like, you need to be there and like you said, like, actually help your child learn and develop. Like, how can you really do that for 7 kids? You feel me? It's not possible, and they all probably live in different places. Unless he get on some sister wife shit and be like, well, aside from Mariah, because we already know.
Like, M. Carrie never gonna do that.
She never gonna do that. But the other, like, wilding out girls, and why they always wilding out girls?
That's gonna be a thing.
Is this coercion?
That's gonna be a thing.
Is this coercion?
That's gonna be a thing.
Because how about we talking about power, and you're the owner of this show, and I work for you? Anyways, I ain't gonna get into the...
That's gonna... Wait 10 years. We're calling it now. That's gonna be a thing.
But you see what he doing now? He trying to save face like, oh, I'm celibate now. I'm celibate. Like, nigga, yeah, okay.
No, you selling it. That's what you're doing. He's selling it. He's selling it. If you think about it, people talk about women selling it all the time. Oh, this is what I want. This women sell their vaginas to, like, get what they want. He's selling it.
He is selling it, yeah.
If you had this baby, I give you this.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make sure your lifestyle good. You're selling it.
Yeah. Oh. We're not even going to talk about Mr. Nicholas Bartholomew Kennedy.
We already did.
He's doing it to himself.
He really is. Yes. Like, him, NBA young boy, they're menace to society. Yeah. Like, legit menace. Like,
ladies, stay away, okay? That is no good. But enough about Mr. Cannon. Next we have, Miss Lauren Smith Crawford. So that is the young lady who was found. She was found dead, right?
Yeah. So her name was, I think I had it wrong right there, but it's Lauren Smith Fields, and it was in Crawford, Connecticut.
Oh, okay. My bad.
And no, you got. I literally wrote it wrong. And yeah, she died after a Bumble date with an older white man.
Yeah.
And he has, I don't think he was like questioned. And then another woman actually died the same day from like a date. She was like on a date as well in the same city on the same day. It was a black woman, and she died, and they mishandled her case too. So it was 2 cases of black women in this city on the same day, and the cases were mishandled by the same people. And so I know the police have been suspended since then, but it's still like constantly dropping the ball. Like, not a lot of people still have heard about this case, or it's even not even made like mainstream news for real.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I only really see about it on TikTok, on like social media. But I told my mom about it today, and she was just like, "Who?" I was like,
but I bet you if you say Gabby Petito, she could be like, oh yeah, the girl who was on CNN.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, because that girl, when I tell you, because I watch CNN from time to time, when I tell you, like, they was flipping back and forth between her case and, like, some building that had collapsed or something. You feel me? Like, that's how much press she was getting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they were doing whole news segments just following up on her. And it's just always sad when I see Black people not getting that equal treatment. Like, you're not even trying.
Yeah.
You're saying, oh, because it's this white man, he good, you know, he ain't do nothing.
He all right.
Yeah, like, like, y'all not even checking everything. And then I heard that they didn't even tell her family after they did the autopsy. Nobody even notified her family that she was dead.
They, like, the family, like, went to her apartment and it was, like, a note on her door and it was like, call this number. And that's how they found out. Like, they didn't have the decency to, like, call their phone or the family's phone. And yeah, it's just sick. Like, the girl, Lauren, had, like, drugs in her system. The family was like, she wasn't a drug taker. And even so, if she was, like, the guy was still there while she was taking the drugs.
Period. He should be questioned.
You don't know if he laced her. You don't know what happened in that situation. So to just assume somebody was, taking hardcore drugs and they OD'd and that's what happened, like, that's ridiculous. Like, where's the energy to do your fucking job? Like,
yeah. And them niggas definitely deserve to be motherfucking put on leave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, until they can figure out everything that's going on.
They need to start taking niggas' badges.
Period. Just, why you on leave? You just need to be fired.
Just go.
Yeah. I don't get that.
At all.
So definitely hoping that she gets the justice that she deserves.
For sure.
And next on our list, switching from, that, these podcast niggas.
Yeah.
Listen, and I don't even want to say their name to get them more press, but if y'all been on TikTok, if y'all have been on social media, y'all know who I'm talking about. These incel ass niggas who feel like women basically should just be like controlled by men and that we should submit to men and they're alphas. I'm an alpha. Like, I'm so tired of it.
There's no such thing as an alpha. There's no such thing as a beta. It's no such thing as none of those things, and I'm learning to the point, like, if a guy gotta say, like, I told you, I don't think you remember my rules of engagement or my no list I posted, but if you talk about being submissive or dominant, alpha, anything within the first conversation of us talking, like, I already know it's a wrap. Like,
it's a wrap.
Yeah, it's a wrap. You already showing your insecurities that you not living up to the status you think I'm at. Like, it's just giving it's secure and you need to be by yourself and you're delusional.
Yeah.
Like, they be some lame ass niggas.
They be lame ass niggas. Like, I remember one of them, the girl was like, cause he said something like, I feel like I want my wife to just be at home and, I just control what she do. And the girl was like, are you married? No, of course he's not. Because what woman, would marry a man who is saying that he basically want to control you?
And I think some women are okay with, like, let my man step up, like, be in control. And that's cool. Like,
that's different.
That's different if somebody's saying, like, obviously, like, he hasn't even, to me, like, that statement, say, like, you haven't even lived with a partner before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because even in, like, the last situations or whatever that I've lived in, like, I lived with my sister and her husband. And just, like, I've always played, like, don't involve me in your relationship. Like, don't involve me in that. Like, nothing. Like, I'm not getting no arguments, nothing. I don't know, none of y'all side that's y'all married.
Okay.
And so even living with a couple, they don't be in the same room on a fucking neck every day. Like, you want your space when you live with somebody. Don't matter who you live with. Like, you're going to want your space. Like, get out of my face. Don't matter who it is.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
And so even saying, oh, I want her at home controlling her. That sounds like you haven't even lived with nobody yet, because you will know that's some immature ass shit to say. Like,
yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, so I feel like all of these podcast niggas need to be canceled and never to be seen again. Shout out to my girl Drew. I don't know how to say her last name. Afulo, but she be grilling these niggas. Like,
oh, okay,
yeah. So I love her. I follow her on TikTok because she just be cracking me up. And
yeah,
every time it's one of like the few things. This nigga is balding.
Yeah.
This nigga he misses leg day. He has no woman. You feel me? It's always something with these men.
Yeah, and it's like the podcast guys. Like, I'm not gonna say like every guy's podcast needs to be canceled. Like,
no, not at all. I've heard some good men on podcasts.
I haven't. Oh yes, Kid Fury off the read, but he gang. He not like hetero cis male. Like he gang. Okay. Anyway, so he's like the only guy I really listen to on podcasts, and I listen to like a lot of podcasts, and so yeah, I would like to find more male creators that I actually watch. Like, I used to watch this one guy on YouTube. Do I want to say his name? He's never gonna. No, I'm not gonna say his name, actually, because I forgot. And he's he's never gonna see this. But he was like a guy on YouTube. He did like paranormal content, like reaction content to like, oh, the scariest videos on the internet, stuff like that. And so he was funny at first, but like throughout the videos, it wasn't even like because when women share their insecurities, we just say it like flat out, like, I may look like this, so this is how this makes me feel. But God said it's more like, he was on his channel like, oh yeah, because I don't got a girl, and I be lonely on Friday nights, so I'm gonna be here making these videos, and my girl, when I get a girl, she gotta make sure she cook. She was just little stuff that was starting to irritate me, and I was just like, and it was one last final thing where I stopped watching his videos, because it was just like some lame ass shit, and I was like, dog, I'm not watching no more of your videos. Like, can you just make it about the content? Yeah. So, I don't know. I hope to find some more like black male content creators that aren't, just like, this is a podcast about hating women, or this is a podcast about how women hate me and how I'm actually the prime, like,
right, which is like the majority of what I hear.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so like, even one of my old friends, her boyfriend used to have like a YouTube channel, and she was like, I don't watch his videos, like.
Hey, sometimes you can support from afar.
She's like, I don't watch his videos, like, he don't really. I watched one, and I was like, this is very hetero. And they still together? No. Yeah. But she's like, this is very hetero cis, and I agree. Like, some of the guys that I talk to about content creating, it's not necessarily about what you feel, it's about how you feel other people should feel about it. And it's like, it's not like, well, this is what I do in relationships. It's like, well, women should, I think women should do this, and rather than your experiences. So, yeah, in that instance, like, nah, I'm not down to listen to that.
Yeah.
But I don't listen to some women's podcasts and stuff either. So. Same.
Ooh, because some of the women be just as bad as the men.
My God.
Yeah. I forgot what they call. I'm like, I forgot. Yeah, pretty much. Like, I can't stand those. They see, like I said, they're sometimes worse than the men's. But off these podcast niggas, girl, our girl Riri done got pregnant. She done got the COVID pandemic baby up in her. Mm-hmm. Oh, my word. A moment of silence for the album.
Oh. I got unpopular opinions.
I have a very popular, unpopular opinion. I wonder if it's the same thing.
What?
Because I feel like somebody validated exactly what I was thinking when I was looking through some comments on TikTok, because the gold is always in the comments, okay?
It is.
So basically, I don't know if you remember this, but like A$AP Rocky, like he said some like pretty colorist shit.
All the time.
Yeah, about like dark skinned women and shit
Yeah.
like that. And I just think that is funny as crap. I'm gonna stop cursing as much.
Why? That's another thing.
Okay, I think it's funny as fuck that Miss Rihanna, being the inclusive queen that she has been on her Savage Fenty stuff, she's been very inclusive with her makeup. You don't think so? Mm-hmm. And old girl decides to have a baby with a colorist man, yet you're so inclusive. Make it make sense.
The things we do out of desperation.
Oh, is that what you feel as well?
I feel not. I mean, of course, that's like definitely been like, because on like the stuff that I've been listening to, like the podcast, the tweets I've been reading, like I have a relatively decent timeline, and of course they brought up that. Of course they brought up him supporting Trump getting him out of that little jam where he was stuck across the country.
Oh my God, that slipped my mind.
Yeah. So I just think it's I don't know. It's a conundrum. Like, are you gonna... I don't think she desperate. Like, she can't even pick up.
She was literally dating a billionaire.
But you can spin the block and get in your feelings. Like, oh, am I not doing this right? Like, you can be desperate and still spin a block for somebody you used to fuck with. So, I don't know. I think out of... good luck.
Good luck. Yeah.
Have a healthy baby. Yeah, some of the realest ones get trapped by lame niggas. So.
Oh, let's not even talk about it. But no, you know what?
You just gotta be faster than that.
She not from Jamaica, is she? She from
Barbados.
I wonder if they have colorism issues there like they do in Jamaica, like with the bleaching and all of that.
They probably do.
It's very possible.
They probably do.
I'm like, sometimes people can portray one thing and may internally feel another way. She might fucking agree with them, and we not know.
She may. And that's even like how the situation with Lil Wayne was and Toya. You remember as he had Reginae, he was like, I'm never having another dark-skinned baby ever. And
guess what? He has not dated a woman Toya Shade.
He hasn't. But what type of like self-esteem does that do for your child? You know what I'm saying? Like, and granted, like, I feel like women have to think about future children more than men have to think about future children.
Definitely.
Reginae is big on the internet. Like, that girl is everywhere. You don't think she's seen this comment or heard this comment and realized, put two and two together? Like, so, that's definitely gonna be something that he may change his mind on once he see his child. Like, but I don't know. Those type of guys, like, and I'm talking about like those industry type of guys, he always gave me an underline of like, I really fuck with white women. I
definitely thought he was gonna date like a Latina,
like a Julia Fox. Like, I keep saying her name,
like a Leticia,
like a what's Leticia?
The model.
That's what Lil Wayne.
She used to date Lil Wayne. I don't know if she still do.
Oh, okay.
I think that's how you say her name.
Modeling. So when I found out she dated Lil Wayne, I was just like, exit that out of my mind. Girl, you a model. Okay. But yeah, so like I thought he was gonna be with like a Danny Lee. He gave me Danny Lee vibes.
Definitely.
He was with Chanel Iman Chanel, the model. She was like a runway model.
Really?
Yeah, they was together for a while.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
They was together for a while, so.
You know what? I don't know why. I'm sorry to bring it back to Mr. Cannon. But have you seen the women? Have you seen the baby mamas?
Yeah, they all look alike.
They all look alike. Okay, that's all I wanted to say.
Like copy and paste.
Copy paste. Like he has a type, honey. Oh, I just wanted to say that.
They all look like derivatives of Mariah Carey. Like, he definitely started that shit with Mariah Carey. Like,
definitely.
She fits into it. Like,
she's definitely the start.
She's the start of that trend. Like, racially ambiguous, sandy curly 3A hair, light eyes, super thin.
Yes. Wow.
I look like I do yoga. Influencer.
Yeah, definitely. That's what they all look like. That was very good. Yeah, I'm glad we be here on the same wavelength. Like,
Catch me, miss me with the bullshit. Okay, so why do you want to stop cussing?
I I don't. I was just like, what if one day somebody want to be like, let's air this, and they be like, beep beep beep. Hey, Chrissy cuss a lot.
This is my space to be who I am.
And you know what?
I am censored everywhere else in my life.
I accept that.
Mm-hmm.
And I internalize. Thank you. No, I'm saying I'm putting that in myself too.
Okay.
Like, I agree, because I always have, especially like when you work a corporate job, like we have to put on different, just professionalism.
Yeah.
And it's not even like being a different person. It's just like different sides that you show,
Yeah. I see this like my work podcast, like.
Yes.
Welcome.
And this is what we are talking about today.
It's not.
I feel that. Thank you for that validation.
You're welcome.
Yes. So, on to our main topic. So, I'm gonna insert that video here. Did you seen that video I posted on my story on the first day of Black History Month?
I can't remember. So many people posted like.
She was like, all the white people to the back.
Oh, Joanne.
Yes, immediately.
Yes. Love Joanne. I miss Joanne.
I swear, the scammer. Oh my God. Memories. But yes, it is Black History Month. Period. So shout out to us, even though, I still feel the way with it being the shortest month of the year, because a fucking course, right?
Yeah.
A fucking course they would give us the shortest month of the year.
That's very true.
But you know what? I will still celebrate. I celebrate Black history my whole life. So this is just a bonus.
It's just spotlighting it.
Spotlight, period. Yes. That's a good one.
Yes.
Okay, so you wanna do your spotlight first?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I'll do my spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I was listening to The Breakfast Club this morning, and Charlemagne, in which roll eyes. I don't really like Charlemagne, but he be talking about some decent shit sometimes, I guess. He be having some good guests and things like.
He do.
There was a lady on there talking about the importance of setting boundaries, and he be bringing on some good people.
Yeah.
But today he was actually talking about watermelon.
Mm-hmm.
So you know how watermelon and chicken is like, is looked at as like, oh, Black people love this, racist, right? So do you know the origin behind that?
I think it was like, so Black people did used to eat watermelon or whatever, and then like, cause it has a lot of water, they out in the sun, and then people, white people took it and made caricature.
Yes.
Like in media, and then it became like a thing.
Yes. Good job. Look at her, history buff.
Let's go.
So I'm actually going to read this excerpt from an article in Atlantic called "How Watermelons Became a Racist Trope." So it says, the stereotype that African Americans are excessively fond of watermelon emerged for a specific historical reason and served a specific political purpose. It came in full force when slaves won their emancipation during the Civil War. Free Black people grew, ate, and sold watermelons, and in doing so, made the fruit a symbol of their freedom. Southern whites, threatened by Blacks' newfound freedom, responded by making the fruit a symbol of Black people's perceived uncleanliness, laziness, childishness, and unwanted presence. So literally, y'all, when we became free, Black people literally grew and sold watermelon. Like, it was literally like a symbol of freedom. Like, we're able to have our own business, our own way to make money. And white people literally saw Black people making money, living their lives, just being free, just trying to make a couple dollars, and they couldn't even take that. So they wanted to make the caricatures, they made the cartoons, and boom, it became racist.
And did you see what I posted from, you probably didn't see it, but it was from my Boston trip, and at the Museum of Arts, they had like a quilt like exhibit. So it was like quilts from like as far as you can think back. And so one of the quilts was like, it was supposed to be like American life. And so they had like Native Americans like with tomahawks. They had like Black people eating like watermelon. They had like Black people like cleaning people's shoes. And it was like, this is what they really used to fucking portray. I think it was from like the early 1900s,
Mm-hmm.
or like late 1800s, and like this is how they portrayed us. Like,
Yeah. Very dark skin, big lips, big nose, looking, you know, a little dusty,
hair raggedy,
yeah, just like, you know, in the worst way that they could, and it worked, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And if we really think about it, them niggas really set some fucked up standards. They really put some historical fucking bullshit out here.
Yeah,
white people, y'all ancestors knew what they was doing.
And it's not that long ago. You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't that long ago. Slavery lasted longer than it has not been here.
Yeah.
The Jim Crow era was not that long ago.
It wasn't at all. And there's the pictures. But like that was like the quilt.
It looked like they got on ski masks.
That's how black
That's fucking crazy.
They thought we was, like, servicemen. Like, it
this
looks
nigga
like
literally looked like Kodak Black with his ski mask
a
on.
fucking ski mask on. Like, what was I about to say? I forgot. Yeah. Slavery. Oh yeah, slavery wasn't that long ago. And I mean, my grandparents were from the South. Like, my grandma from Tennessee. My other grandma was from Mississippi. Both my grandfathers was from Arkansas. And so they used to say, like, we used to sharecrop. Like, that was the thing. Like, they used to. And
the fact that you heard it, like, for somebody, yeah.
Yeah. Like, my grandma used to say they used to sharecrop. Like, they still have some of the houses people were born in on the plantation. Like, that stuff is not that far removed from us and how it affects us. And so for people to, like, be in denial of it now, which kind of gets into, like, my Black History Month spotlight, it's infuriating. That's why they be like angry Black people, because you're acting like this is not real. You're acting like we're making these things up.
Oh my God, I hate the gaslighting.
Yeah.
Please.
Like, the
save
gaslighting
it.
is a lot. Like,
save the slavery is over rhetoric. Okay, move on. Save that rhetoric.
Please save it.
Like, I don't want to hear it. So many things stem from slavery that are still prevalent in our society today. We can't just act like it didn't exist. Yeah. And what was yours? Oh, it was about the sharecropping?
No.
Oh.
So my spotlight, it's on it's on Kimberly Crenshaw. I'm reading this from the Columbia Law School website. And she's a professor there of law. But Kimberly Crenshaw, she is a pioneering scholar and writer on civil rights, critical race theory, Black feminist legal theory, race, racism, and the law. In addition to her position at Columbia Law, she is a distinguished professor at the University of California, Los Angeles. Crenshaw's work has been foundational in the critical race theory. She actually coined the term critical race theory in 1995.
Period. Coin.
So we still out here inventing words or phrases. And so she coined that in 1995. And then she also coined the word intersectionality in 1989.
Wow.
So she's, like, out here. So critical race theory and intersectionality, a term she coined to describe the double bind simultaneous racial and gender prejudices. Her studies, writing, and activism have been identified key issues in a perpetuation, a lot of P's, of inequality, including school to prison pipeline for African American children, and the criminalization of behavior among Black teenage girls. A lot of accolades. Through Columbia Law School African American Policy Forum, she co-founded the Crenshaw co-authored Say Her Name, Resisting Police Brutality Against Black Women, which was documented and drew attention to the killing of Black women and girls by the police. Crenshaw and AAPF subsequently launched the Say Her Name campaign.
Wow.
To call attention to police violence against Black women and girls. Crenshaw is sought after speaker and conducts workshops and training. She's also the co-author of Black Girls Matter, Pushed Out, Over Police, and Underprotected. So yes, I just wanted to shine a spotlight on her. We talk about her a lot in the work that I do. I work in reproductive justice. So we talk about her a lot and how she's amazing. Like she
yeah, I didn't even know that was the same person who did all of that.
Like, oh my goodness.
Sis is out here. I don't even know. You feel me?
I didn't even know the Say My Name part until I just read it, but she did Say My Name. She coined intersectionality, which is like one of my favorite things to talk about. And critical race theory. You know that get the girls riled up. Critical race theory. They be on CNN every day talking about that. There's no such thing as critical race theory. Listen, what is that?
Why we need it in the schools?
Why we need it in the schools? You make white people feel bad about being white.
Oh my God, did you see? I don't know if you saw that article where they said some lady had Michelle Obama's books pulled because, I forgot from where, but it's because, quote, it would make white girls feel bad. We for real? Is we really doing this society in 2022? Yeah. I almost said 21, 22.
23rd year in this pandemic.
Like, we're not doing that. But shout out to sis.
Yes.
That's beautiful.
So yeah, she is, just ending it off, she is the founding coordinator of the Critical Race Theory Workshop, co-author of Critical Race Key Documents That Shaped the Movement. In 1981. Oh, wow. 1981, she assisted the legal team of Anita Hill during her testimony at the confirmation hearing of the Supreme Court Justice of Clarence Thomas. So, just amazing. And
amazing woman.
Has been doing
God's work.
God's work. That some of the real shit we need to spotlight. That's changing laws. That's really fighting and advocating for our rights as Black women. So, that's amazing.
And what's her name again?
Crimbly. Kimberly Crenshaw.
Kimberly Crenshaw. I love saying the name Kimberly, but only when I know him. Kimberly. I'm sorry. But yeah, shout out to Miss Crenshaw.
Yes.
That work has lived on and is still prevalent today. And then to say her name, yeah, because I remember that from Sandra Bland and the other women that that were happening during that time for sure. Okay, so I gotta this is my how do you feel about question.
Okay.
Like I said, it will go come later
in the Black History Month section.
In the Black
History Month section. I have an unpopular opinion on this too. Oh, before we get to this, I didn't share my unpopular opinion about Rihanna.
Oh, what was it?
I don't really care for her album. She can keep it.
Actually. To be quite honest, and I said, remember, I just said earlier, one of my favorite songs is Cheer by Rihanna, right? Yeah. Cheers. So, I love her current music, right? The ones that's out there, that's been out there, but personally, I'm okay with or without it. I be having albums stacked up that I need to listen to and don't be getting around to them. I still got albums I need to listen to.
I didn't really used to listen to Rihanna's music like that anyway. It used to be my shit, but I never listened to a whole album.
I feel you.
I would only pick
certain
3 or 4 songs out. So
I mean, she could make some singles.
Yeah, some singles. The singles bang.
Yeah, singles bang. We
take better have my money.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll take that over album. I really would. Okay, so how do you feel about? It's really a do you think? Okay. Do you think somebody can be pro-Black yet in an interracial relationship?
I feel like I had this conversation with people at least once a month.
For real?
Yeah, because I know people in interracial relationships, but they're, pro-Black. I feel like, yes, you can be pro-Black and be in an interracial relationship. You can be a man and fight for women's rights. Mm-hmm. You can do something outside the blue. Are you gonna be looked at a little funny? Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
Are you gonna have to take that shit for it? Yeah, you are. It just comes with the territory, honestly. Like, I was watching. Have you watched Harlem on Amazon Prime?
Nope.
It's Megan Good's like show she did. She had like Arnez in there, and what's Arnez's real name? I don't know.
I don't know. His
But
name
you know who Arnez is?
Arnez
like,
from 101.
Yeah. It had him in there. It had Boo Boo Kitty from Empire. It had who else it had in there? It had a few other people, but it was like this LGBTQ. She was a lesbian woman. She ran an LGBTQ site for like Black lesbian women to like match up, or for like lesbian couples to match up. Super pro Black, like always doing interviews, and like, oh, this is spoiler. Sorry.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler. It's not that bad of one though. And super pro Black, like always doing interviews, but she got into it like a relationship with this white woman. And I was upset. I was like, oh my God, like how you run this Black lesbian site, but you with a white woman? Like, I mean, love is love at the end of the day. I don't know love, so who am I to say? If you find somebody that you can find and love you, that's so important. But even in the character, they ended up breaking up with the white woman because they was like, I can't do this. Like, I feel like people are staring at us. Like, people know who I am. People see me with you. Like, I feel anti-Black doing this. So, I definitely feel like, you know, you got to be ready to take it on the chin.
Definitely. And I wish I knew that guy's TikTok name. But it was definitely in the comments. So, he was a Black guy, and he's super pro-Black. You know, he talks about the importance of, like, Black love, or like you know, Black families, but then it's like people was in the comments like, but your wife white, you know?
Yeah,
or
some
like,
stuff you can't touch no more either.
Right, or like Sean King, you feel me? I know people have mixed reviews about Sean King, but
that's a white man, ain't it?
I thought he was mixed.
I thought he was white as hell.
We gotta do some Googling.
Yeah, we do.
Because I thought he was, okay, because he's really pro-Black, right?
Yeah.
But he married to a white woman.
And he white.
I thought he was mixed.
That's a whole nother story too. But
and you know what? He's white. Even if he is Black, he's white passive. Yeah. So a lot of people would assume he was white anyway. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I thought. But anyways. But yeah, I agree with you. That I think somebody can be pro-Black and in an interracial relationship, but I think they're going to get some shit for it, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like it's certain stuff you're going to set yourself up for too. Like, how you a Black man with a white wife talking about Black love? Yeah. You're not even doing this. You're not even practicing it.
But that's exactly what, like, the podcast niggas, right? They talk about what women should do versus what y'all actually doing.
Exactly. Yeah. Literally.
Yeah. So, yeah.
You're not even talking about the stuff you're doing. You're talking about just the stuff other people are doing.
Exactly.
And so, like, stuff like that, like, probably shouldn't touch that no more. Even, like, how people say with Kendrick Lamar, like, Kendrick Lamar will get on a song, like, show me natural ass in a Richard Pryor fro. And his wife is not Black at all. Like,
she not?
No.
Damn, Kendrick.
Pull up a little picture. Yeah, she's not Black, so it's like, yes, you can be pro-Black, you can be all for the Black people, but there is some slack you're gonna have to take with the partner you choose if they're not African American and you're in this role. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, slack anybody would have to take. If your partner was a street pharmacist, and your people know you gonna be taking slack for that. Why? Like, oh, he not ever gonna do nothing with his life, blah blah blah. Like, it's slack that comes from people, regardless. But you can't just.
I told you.
What?
Okay, his daddy said his biological father is a light-skinned Black man.
So we don't even know his daddy.
So Black. He's a very he's like a 20%.
He could be an Adonis.
Oh yeah.
Drake baby.
Exactly. Yeah, because Drake is exactly. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
But Can we call Adonis a black man?
I mean,
no, he's not.
He's not. He's subjective, you know.
He's white.
Yeah.
That's a white child.
Yeah.
He's white.
Whose white baby is that?
Literally. That's a white child.
Yeah. So
he's spicy white now.
He is spicy.
He's just spicy white.
He's spicy white. Like I think Jack Harlow is spicy white.
Oh, he's spicy white. For real?
No, I think he white, but he looks spicy.
Nah,
white.
but
He can't be real.
Nah,
He ain't really spicy, right?
He just
white,
borrowing swag. That's
right.
what you doing.
Yeah. So we actually have a new section.
Yeah.
So we have Ask TTP. So follower submitted questions from Instagram. So our question that was submitted by our follower: should a man always pay for the first date?
Yeah.
Okay, personally, I see, okay. There's in theory and there's in reality for me, right? My reality has been anytime I went out on a first date, the man paid, right? In theory, me being a person that is now in a relationship, I be thinking, like, you know what? I would definitely not pay for the whole first date, but I would definitely pay for my half if that's what it came to. Probably wouldn't see him again, but yeah. So then I guess my answer is yes. After all of that, the answer is yes. Yes, they should, especially if he's asking me out. Do you feel me?
Yeah, definitely. If the person is asking you out on a date, whether it's a man or a woman, depending on, you know, the roles of the relationship, like, they should be paying for the date. Like, I can go on a date with my friends and pay for my half. I go on a date with my mom and pay. I won't be paying. My mom gonna be paid.
Right.
So if I want to just hang out, buddy, that's what you're
buddy.
That's what you're gonna be, buddies.
Buddy.
We're gonna be friends.
Handshake.
Like, even like some of the situationships when like I'm thinking about like college or whatever. Like, I would pay for my own stuff, but I never considered them people like suitors. They was always like friends to me.
Period.
Because it's certain things that like you gotta do to let me know that you know, seeing me in a different light. Like, I was so used to like, okay, so dealing with the little situationships from like college or whatever, when I did actually like go on my first few dates with somebody I really liked, and it was like a situation where like I left my wallet at home, and I was like, fuck, I left my wallet at home. Like, oh my God, I had to go back and get it. That's why I'm late. He was like, what do you need your wallet for anyway?
Come on. Okay, that was a nice answer.
I'm saying, just in case.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then it was another situation with that same person. We was like getting smoothies, and I'm trying not to like reach for my wallet and stuff. I'm just so used to be by myself.
Same.
Like, I always reach my wallet, so I started like, I shuffle my purse. He was like, you better not. And I was like, oh, okay. He's like, I'm like, you take me somewhere nice when you pay. And he was like, Red Lobster. I said, huh? Oh, sweetheart, these hoes got you at Red Lobster thinking it's somewhere nice.
I'm screaming.
Gonna take you somewhere better than Red Lobster.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't mind like spoiling the other person in a relationship, but there has to be some like type of lines, like boundaries, like, or I'm gonna think it's just a friendship, and then I'm gonna treat you like a friend.
Period. I totally agree.
So yeah.
Yes. So there is your answer, and we will definitely, you know.
And if they're trying to make you pay on a face date, it's not a date. Like, it's not a date to me.
It's not a date.
It's not a date.
Because I feel like, yeah, like you said, that's two friends going out.
Yeah.
I'm paying my shit, you paying your shit.
And we palling out.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
But you know, see, then that trails into something else.
What?
How do you feel about men who expect things after they pay for stuff? Do you think that's really still prevalent, or you think that's like just like society talk?
I think some guys do expect certain stuff after you pay. Like, I don't know. I think it would be absolute delusional for me to like oh, I'm having sex with somebody who spent $50 on a meal. Hopefully it's more than $50. Whatever y'all choose to go. Wherever y'all choose to go. But it's like a culture to this. It's a culture to it. Like, it's rules to this dating shit. It really is. And people try to add woo-woo slow when it comes to, like, not knowing the rules. You know the rules. So I feel like when it comes down to it, like, after a date, you shouldn't have to expect anything. It's not tricking if you got it. It's giving desperate if you expect something after a first date.
Yeah. It's giving... I'm like, how do I say this? It's very much giving you... I pay for something, so you owe me. Like...
Transactional.
Thank you. This is very much giving transactional relationship, which is a no-go.
I feel like, I don't know.
That was a perfect word.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And some stuff is transactional. Like, some stuff is, like, but if you buy somebody a meal and you expect coochie, like...
That's not even comparable, my guy.
That's not comparable. Like, it's really not. And so, certain stuff is like, I would think somebody would be in that position if they flew you out. And no expectations with flying out. Like, if somebody fly you out, all your boundaries. But I would literally assume a nigga would want to, like, coochie if he fly me out.
I agree. I would automatically think that.
Automatically think that.
Because I'm like, I seen this one girl on TikTok. She was like, you know that little song. I mean, it's a sound. Yes, I'm one of them. And her caption was, I'm going to fly you out. And it was like, me. Okay, can you get me my own room? And, you know, people were in the comments like, girl, are you delusional? Like, you really think that this man is about to fly you out for you to get your own room? Like, he flying you out so he could fuck. And I feel like, you know, on one hand, in theory, you know, that's a fucked up idea to have. But in reality, it's usually what is expected in a way. Unless y'all just know, like, we not on that, you know?
Yeah, and that's a conversation that those are grown conversations that need to be had before then. Like, I'm getting my own room. And even if he's like, oh, well, I thought we was going to stay together. Well, I already booked my own room. Yeah. And if that's going to be, you know, a issue, like, that's bridging into the conversation. Like, what do you expect from me when I come here and see you?
Yes. Oh, and you remember earlier when I was talking about Charlamagne had somebody on the Breakfast Club who was talking about setting boundaries. So that was one thing she was actually talking about, was how people get scared to have certain conversations. So you know how, like, when you was a kid, you might have said, like, oh, am I going to get in trouble for saying this? Yeah. And really, she was saying, like, that's really the reason why people don't have a lot of conversations, is out of fear that the other person will be upset. Yeah. And I'm like, you know, we really have to get out of that shit. Like, be adults about the shit and just say the shit. You know, like, it's, I mean, the worst that they can do is be upset. And what you gonna do?
And and it's like, at this point in my life, like, at any point in my life, like you said, I was a really anxious kid. Like, I was afraid to ask questions for the most part, get people's reaction. I still am, for the most part. So with dating, like, I would say within the past 3 years, I really opened up my dating world. Like, I really wasn't, like, I be telling my best friend, like, I'm about to slip in my old ways. Like, I wasn't taking numbers. I wasn't answering your phone. I would open your DMs, look at that shit, and close that shit. Like, I don't care what it was. Like, I wasn't responding back to you. Like, why are you talking to me? So I think I've been doing a lot better. Good. You know? And I'm trying not to slip back into those ways, but just dating, like, the thing that makes me super anxious, like, I need clarity. So if I'm asking you a question, like, I'm not asking you to be abrasive. It's like, I don't understand what's going on. I need clarity. I need you to spell something out for me. I don't do hints well. I don't do none of that. I'm not going to pick up on it until it's like 3 years later. Like, I just had a revelation. I was like, oh,
that's what they was talking about.
Oh, they like me. I literally had like, somebody was trying to get down with me, and I just completely, we were friends for years. And I was like, damn, wow, never picked up on that till now. So, I need that clarity. So if somebody has asked me to fly out of town, I was just like, what do you expect?
And that mean you really asked them that?
The fuck? Yes.
And what did they?
Asking
Were
these
they
niggas
honest?
questions now.
Were they honest?
They was just like, yeah, just a lot of kissing, a lot of cuddling, and spoiling you.
Oh, okay. So cuddling and spoiling.
And lots of kissing.
Spoiling with dick. That's what he was saying.
Exactly. Literally.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's to a point where like you gotta ask people questions. I've probably been doing it a little bit more abrasive than usual lately, just because I really just need this clarity and I don't know how to ask you. But I would rather ask somebody that I'm seeing romantically, like, what's up? What the fuck is up?
I feel you. Yeah. Just straight up.
Just straight up.
Instead of us dancing around shit.
Yeah.
I totally feel that. So, yes, that was Ask TTP. And then we have our
Try of the week.
Think Twice Try of the Week.
Boom,
Dot,
boom,
dot,
boom,
dot.
boom. I was gonna make it. Like,
we gotta make some jingles, I swear.
We should make some jingles.
We gotta make some jingles.
We should definitely make jingles.
So my try of the week is actually related to our main topic today, of Black history. So I would love it if we all would brush up on our Black history. Like, you know, the unknown facts, like that a Black man created the potato chip, or, you know, the air conditioning, you know, like how, and like our good sis, Miss Crenshaw, you feel me? Like, I never knew that, you know, it's just, it's so much that our people have done. And, you know, a lot of us don't know, you know, we don't know. So we got to research and we got to know these things so we can know what all our people have accomplished. So do y'all research and learn about some Black history.
Definitely love Black history. It's always real big on Black history in my house. Like,
Same.
We was never allowed to eat Aunt Jemima or Uncle Ben because it was racist.
You know, I'm sorry, trailing.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You know, no, do you know they changed Aunt Jemima to Pearl Minor?
Pearl Minor. Bitch, that's Aunt Jemima. That's still the same box.
It's the same box, different words.
I should go around with Aunt Jemima stickers. Oh, I should go around with Aunt Jemima stickers and put it on. I want to be like an undercover menace to society. And that's what I'm going to do. Cover all those boxes with Aunt Jemima stickers. Because the bitch ain't no rebranding.
Ain't no rebranding here. Like,
ain't no rebranding.
It's, you know, if people are really like going crazy, like not going crazy, but people are really trying to cause a little uproar about it being changed for Aunt Jemima. It was this old white lady. She was like, it's always been Aunt Jemima and it's always gonna be Aunt Jemima. This girl refills her Aunt Jemima with the current Pearl Mining Company so that she can keep the bottle.
So she can remember her wet nurse when she was had slaves.
Man.
At this point.
Listen.
Does that remind you of your housekeeper, man?
Okay, because why are you so stuck on Aunt Jemima? Why?
Yeah, we wasn't allowed to eat that. My mom be like, that's racist. You see that scarf on her head? And Uncle Ben.
Shout out to your mama for being woke. Personally, my mom didn't cook a lot when I was growing up. Honestly, I still try to think back to how I survived as a kid. I'm just kidding. It was my mom and my grandma. She did not cook very much. So honestly, I can't even remember having Uncle Ben's or Aunt Jemima. It was like hamburger helper, spaghetti.
Tuna helper.
Okay, you know, stuff like that. So
yeah.
We probably never ate it either. Honestly, yeah.
But, my try of the week, I don't know. No. I do have a try of the week. It's Valentine's season, you know, feeling the girl. It's love season, and definitely this month is gonna be like a try of like self-care stuff, self-love stuff more so than self-care. So I'm gonna try. Why am I doing the? Why am I doing the hair roll shit? Anyway, I'm gonna tell people to try to masturbate differently. Try a new form of masturbation. So whether that's, you know, what if you're a back person, lay on your side, try something else, lay on your stomach, try something else. Use a rose, don't use a rose. Add lube, don't add lube. Try a different lube. Like, just try something. And if you're with a partner, try a new position.
Yeah.
I was speaking to a single girl, so. But yeah, try a new masturbation or buy a new toy for yourself. And if you're with a partner, you better try a new position. Don't be using these same 2-ass positions. Like, you got other joints in your body. and boring. It's giving boring.
It's giving vanilla.
It's less than vanilla. That shit, rainbow sherbet. But yes, so try a new position, try a new toy with your partner, try a new lube. There's lots of things out. So
I'm like, that's a whole other segment. No, for real, because I was about to trail into some other stuff.
What?
Like, okay, like, you ever heard, like, that some men feel like the toy is their competition versus their partner?
They be finding so many ways to be insecure.
Insecure! Why?
They be insecure about vibrators, but not your money. Get your money up. Worry
Get
about
your money up.
Account.
Okay.
Worry about your mental health. Find new ways to be insecure about yourself. But I think it's pretty, like...
Very lame.
I think everything is lame though. But it's like, use it. If the person like using it, I'm not a big rose user. I have one, but it's super intense.
I love my rose.
Maybe I gotta get another try. I did only try to use it once, but anyway, just use it like as a tool. Like there's so many resources people have. Like I see some guys that be like, when I grab the rose and then we tag team.
Yeah.
Like, so some guys are like into it, but at the end of the day, like, if you need something to spice up something in the bedroom, like, don't be afraid of that. That's not your competition. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a resource. That's a tool on your tool belt. Like, not your competition.
Use that tool belt. We know y'all love tools. Use the tool belt.
Now, if she pull out a bag, this is trailing the
No, we just say. No, what was you gonna say?
I was like, women are like 1,000 times more freakier than men. So
I believe that as well.
If she pull out a backpack, then
not the back peasy. I think of lesbians when I think about backpacks.
I know some
got the backpack.
With backpacks.
Really? Like, did you forget the backpack?
The back strap.
The back strap. I'm screaming.
So yes, don't be afraid to try it out. It's not your competition. It's your resource. Like, all this shit is resources.
Yeah.
Don't make it a problem.
We should definitely bring this type of segment to our next episode.
Yeah, for
definitely.
Sure.
Yes. So, with that being said, that is episode 1 of season 2. Okay, so shout out to, if this is your first time watching us, make sure you go check out our season 1.
Yeah.
Okay, but also thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to us, watching us, supporting us. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at Think Twice Podcast.
Yes.
Like us on Facebook at Think Twice Podcast. And
like our episodes,
yes,
share them,
definitely.
Leave us feedback. Like, you can always leave us feedback. Like, I don't know, maybe you don't like try the week. Just let us know.
You might be like, y'all, this segment would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, we love feedback. We want to hear talk. Like, we want to talk back to y'all. And season 2. Season 2.
Yeah.
Love a black woman
for infinity to infinity.